only because instead of the one cover art and 2 pages a week, I'm thinking of just doing like 3 to 4 pages a week. Because I did like doing the cover art. It's just like I want to get the story done in a quicker fashion than what I've been doing. But for right now, I'm just going to be moving the planned pages down here so that we can start. One of the things that's a little inconvenient about Procreate grouping is that it puts the newer pages up top. Why is there a thumbs up? What is that? Oh, I got rid of it. Okay, we're good. Also, later on today, I am an art director for a kid's upcoming college film, so like I'm gonna be doing some concept art for that later on today. Probably won't be able to do that on stream because it's still an in the works project. And then some more stuff later on. But yeah, this is super inconvenient for Procreate that you have to like keep dragging blanks down here if you want to work on a comic and add new pages. It was like that with the first chapter too. I had to keep dragging blank pages around. One second. Alright, that's a little clearer. That's better. Alright. Got one more of these. I'm going to push it down here. Alright, and we're good. Alright, got a few blank pages set out for today. I'm going to leave one of them blank because I'm skipping ahead a little bit to work on the next story arc. Just because I'm still a little bit unsure about how I want the scene with Narcissus to end just yet. So we're going to skip ahead to the next one, that way I don't get stuck. Again, this isn't one-to-one how the panels are going to look. And this is technically spoilers, even though I'm not writing out any dialogue or anything, so you're just going to have to be guessing what's going on. It's not like I'm going to be telling you what's going on, you're just going to be having a guess. And these pages will be available on Patreon later, like the ones yesterday. I already put all of those ones up on Patreon if you guys want to go over there and take a look. And I do want to do some more Gravity Falls stuff today, which I'll be posting later on. But I did do a Twin Peaks little reference over on my Twitter and my Tumblr, if you guys want to go check that out. Yeah, this part's also going to be a bit in the dark as well, because the other scenes were of like the sun setting. Also, this will give you a bit more of an inkling of what's going on in this world. There is another shot. Where is it? This part right here is going to be an eventual map of the place. It looks like gibberish right now, but that's also because I still have to plan out exactly how I want it to look. But I do have a general idea of how I want it to be, or how I want this world to be shaped, I guess. Also, my new my new phone stand should be coming in later on today. I'm not sure exactly when though. I'm waiting on the notification for that. Also, this scene's gonna be a bit scary too. There are like a lot of panels in this I'm already pretty excited to start drawing. Like, actually. This will be a little close-up shot. I'm still debating on if I want this whole sequence to happen, but it's better to just draw it out first and make your decision later. Because this is still the rough stage after all. Yeah, Lonnie's always with Justin. I was literally actually just starting to draw her too. That's funny. Murray barely addresses Lonnie. He finds more value in people that are still alive. All the Golgothas do. They don't really care about the afterlife per se, because that's not their thing. Lou does care for Lonnie because she falls into his sort of line of work. He has also personal reasons for caring for Lonnie, but I can't tell you guys about that. I can't tell you how he views her yet. Yeah, interesting thing about this current host he has, he got this one when it was still a toddler. He's had this one for a while. Yeah, this is gonna be a horror story, guys. I know it's been a slow start, but like, crazy stuff's gonna be happening in it. I gotta remember that this one's at a weird angle too. That's what the lines are usually for, if you're trying to remember the way a certain shot goes. That's why you see a lot of grids and stuff in people's roughs. There's no way to get rid of that flare on it, which I hate. Usually I'll leave little notes for myself if I know I won't be able to draw something for a while, just so I remember the original idea I had. These two are going to be having an interesting relationship too. Call of the Stars, it is mostly planned out. Like the next update, I mean. I just need to have a moment where I can sit down and work on it. Because right now I need to work on this and a few other projects that I've been working on for the past couple months. But once I'm done with that, which it will be soon, then I can start on that again. I'm also planning on doing more writing later, too. Yeah, because I already drew this out. Now I know I want to change this scene. Just slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the first shot and just fix it a little bit. And I know before this, I'm going to be having a scenic shot so that you can get a better idea of where he is. Which is why I have the arrow here, so I can remind myself later. There are going to be a lot of jumping around scenes in this chapter, just because I want to start introducing more characters that are going to need to be brought in later on. This is going to be a bit of a diagonal shot. Which means I also have to change this shot right here. Just because the scene changed and I want to remember the major part before I continue on. He's still technically doing the same thing. It's just a different sort of element that he's doing. Which means I want to do this real quick just so I can remind myself. It's also going to be fun designing this scene, like the background, because this is going to be a recurring place, I'm hoping. So we're going to move that over. And I'm going to just sort of do vague building shapes so I can remind myself that I want this more detailed later on. Alright, now we'll get back to this one real quick. I think the lighting for this shot's going to be a little interesting because I want a 80s sort of theme for Narcissus's bedroom. A nice, like, sort of warm shot for Cricket and Millen on the train. And for this shot, it's going to be sort of neon-esque. I do want to start messing with a different sort of shading for this chapter. I read Cucumber Quest recently with some friends, and that kind of inspired me to start thinking about my backgrounds more. Oh, I missed your question. Hold on. For references, I do have some. A lot of this comic is basically a love letter to shows like Twin Peaks and some other ones I can't really say just yet because that's sort of spoilers, but yeah, Twin Peaks was a big inspiration for this comic. So I am thinking of using several buildings in that show as vague references and then building off of that. There are also going to be a lot of symbolic imagery things in this location that I need to start thinking about too. And after the stream yesterday, I did start working on dialogue for certain things, which is all those scribbles in black that you see. And again, it won't be one-to-one. It's just so I have a general idea of where I want this chapter to go. yeah, they do have a certain type that they like to see. Because if a Golgotha takes an interest in somebody, that means that all the Golgothas are going to take an interest in that person. However, that interest can vary. Like, they'll all feel a certain way towards a person, but the actual feeling itself could be different. They are connected to each other, but that's like something I can't quite tell you guys about yet, because that would be going into what exactly Golgothas are. Oh, hold on one sec. I need more pages. I did it again, folks. Said I'm doing more pages than I said I was gonna do. 'Cause I'm crazy. And also, 'cause I was on a roll yesterday. I was very proud of myself for that. Because since chapter 1 ended, I have been stewing on how I want the next chapter to go, which is what all those animatics were that I've been posting. Oh, fun thing, this is going to be a character you've already seen before, actually. In chapter 1. This character back here, he's sort of a, I want to say recurring helper. He's not a Golgotha, but he's like, well, someone that helps them, I should say. Alright, right here is where the color change is going to be, which means that he's in the place. So I'm going to keep a note there for myself so I remember to do that later. Yeah, okay, so right here is where it's going to go from natural tones to that neon I was talking about earlier. which means I can change this shot and put that in a future part and keep it to what it originally was, because now I'm starting to figure out what I want it to do. It is a little taxing, but this is just how my brain works. Figure out an initial idea, I should say, and then working on that, and then if I like how the original went based on certain things I add later, then I change it back. Alright, so that. I should change this real quick. Oh, Justin hates cricket. Hey, Honey Spine. We are doing more Burning Reeds parts. But yeah, to answer your question, Justin hates cricket's guts. Let's see if I can make this a little brighter. It's starting to get dark in here. Help! Oh no, my hands are doing the thing. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now I'm just going through and fixing certain things of the scene, because now that I figured out what exactly I want to go in the scene, just quick little changes so I remember. I think for this scene I want it to be a little bit of a more fisheye lens shot, or at least a little bit bigger ratio-wise, but this is just right now, just so I remember what I want to do later. Alright. Justin's gonna be more rigid in his spot. He's gonna be leaning more towards him. And I just gotta fix the counter real quick. I think I'm gonna add to this. I need to change this real quick just so I remember. For this, I'm going to be using a different sort of format. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be the big shot right here, but there are also going to be smaller shots that zoom in on more of the details. It's also to clue you in more that this place isn't quite right. That'll be a thing for later, which is why I'm putting the X's there. That's not quite right. And I might have Lonnie in the shot. Maybe. Just for like a quick thing. Yeah, this is going to be a very long chapter. He is alive. It's just, he's not quite stuck like Cricket is, but he does have his own thing going on. Alright, this shot should have a little bit of a close-up of it going into his mouth. He's known her for a long time. This could be a bit of a gross shot too, where you can sort of see it getting mushed. Can't tell you what it is quite yet. Alright, we're gonna do a few more for this shot, and then we're gonna start on the last arc for the chapter, and then I think what we're gonna do, the last arc is gonna be them getting there. And then a quick little transcript sort of highlight thing of what's going to be happening in chapter 3. That could be fun. This shot is a singer that is starting to sing while they're finishing up their talk. Could make that a little bit smaller or like thinner for now, just so I remember. And then you can probably see her in the background over here doing her thing. Ooh, I know who it could be. Okay. All right. Oh, that's gonna be such a good shot. Oh, I'm excited. All right, I can't tell you who that is. I'm gonna have to do vague shapes for this because I don't want to spoil it. But this is such a good idea. Alright, what did I have for the last shot? Okay, yeah. Okay, and then one more page, and I think this arc will be done, and then something over here. Okay, now this will be the start of the last arc. And that's where we will be stopping for burning reeds right now. Ooh, this is exciting. I just hyped myself up. Alright, now we can start working on a bit more of this. I was gonna do something with her. I think this is just going to be a one reaction image instead of having multiple expressions for this, because this is her thinking pose. Actually, she's gonna have two. It's gonna be her looking down and then her looking up like she realized something in this pose. And then for him, I do have a few concepts for him planned out. Because the way it starts, she's like in her house. She just got news of something big. And then he comes out from nowhere and the scene goes to black. So I think what I can probably do is sort of start working on that pose. Or a more fully colored image of him. Because he is supposed to be scary. Yeah, since this is early in the game, he's gonna have a vague shape until she starts to recognize him, which is when his shape gets more defined. Also, I need to work on his more monstrous form too, because this is sort of a thing that he does. I'm just gonna have to figure that out later. He is gonna look a bit sort of owl-esque in this shot, like right when a owl is about to grab something. His name's Dion. D-I-O-N. Oh, his hair can probably like go crazy in this shot. I do like how I did his hair here. It's very nice and shapely. But his eyes aren't supposed to look cute. I made them cute. Something like this, where like the face is shaded, but the pupils are illuminated. Probably where you can't see his mouth either, to make it look more inhuman for this. Alright, what's my phone at right now? A little hot, but I think we can keep going for a little bit. I'm thinking this could probably be like a quick animation too, where it just goes wah at the camera. Where like it starts off small back here and then it loops forward. And then you get like a big shot of the eyes and then it cuts to black. Alright, let's squish this down a little bit. Yeah, this guy could have like a certain bird aspect going on, for at least when he's like flying around. And I could move his head down a little bit just so he looks more hulking. And like focus on what he's doing. And also so the silhouette looks more monstrous once he's darkly shaded. The red bits could be coming out on the sides here. Something like this. I'm gonna have to study owl characters. Probably like the owl lady would be a good start in her like harpy form, sort of. Let's move this over a little bit so I can see it better. Just so I remember his face structure. The little loops where his hairs can be flying out on the side over here. And his hair can look sort of more witchy, whereas it's nice and flowy in his other form. The eye on his hat can be open for this shot too. I think I'm going to do two versions of this. One where it's the actual shading, and one where it's like darkly lit. like what is going to be initially seen. I could have a callback shot where like one of the endings is you get caught. I gotta get rid of this little line down here because it's distracting me. And I do want to smooth his little face thing, his chin, out a little bit here. This shot's gonna be a little bit dark for this one part. And his ruffles can be a bit more edged in this shot, just because he's not exactly putting up a front here. This is like him before he starts his whole charade. We're just gonna double up the layer real quick, make it nice and edged up, like that. Gotta remember the hair is there, so I'm gonna quickly darken it, just so I remember. Then the rest of his hair is gonna be coming out from underneath his cap, through the back. And then that can lead out into the wings. Sort of like with bird haunches, maybe. They can sort of be like bleeding into the wings out here. This is a great pose so far though. I'm surprised. Shit! It's fine. Anyway. The world that she's in that outfit. And depending on your choices in the game, she's gonna look more human or more clown and like retain her form. A bad end could be where you sort of become basically a human, but you lose all your inspiration. Because in this game, becoming a person, like appearance-wise, means that you lost your motivation, I guess I could say. And then his little tail out over here somewhere. What did the end of his tail look like? It was like a little duster. So it can look a little sharper for this because, again, the appeal isn't, the like charm isn't there quite yet. He did have those little slits on the sides of his arms, which are gonna be like sort of imposed more, like that. His arms are gonna be reaching out forward, so they were coming out under the first layer. Second layer of his body is right here. And then the little bottom wing things right here. I'm gonna have to work with the perspective a little bit here just to fix the hand, but like, that was a little too big. Yeah, his arms could be reached out towards the player, like this. Maybe I can move those up a little bit, or like mess with the posing overall. Yeah, that reads better because there's less like empty space between the ruffle and the hands, so that'll be good. So I need to fix this line real quick. And then remember what I did with the legs down here. And then I can start with the finer detail, and then that's probably where we're going to stop the stream once the finer line is done. And then I'm going to be coloring on my own time, also because I have to get more work done for other stuff today. I definitely gotta tweak his face a bit as I go, because I don't necessarily want, yeah, his nose is looking a little strange, but that's also because I want it to be more beakish. So maybe we could have it where it's like something like this. Gotta fix that a little bit. It's not quite straight ahead. Hold on. Alright, that's a little better. Uh-oh. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to call it here because TikTok's starting to complain that I'm not putting any filters on. But I'll probably stream again in let's say around 6. I'll stream again for this and then maybe start coloring. But thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys again in a couple hours.